I am searching object. Now I get object's position. Now I move my arm to approach object. I move my arm to touch target. I close my hand. I move my arm to ready position.
Yeah.
I handle over object to my guest.
你把手伸过来，拖着手，OK。
Prepare walking.
I understand that you say prepare walking. Confirm yes or no.
Yes.
Roger.
Prepare walk.
I'm doing it.
Walk forward.
I understand that you say walk forward. Confirm yes or no.
Yes.
Roger. I'm doing it.
Walk backward.
I understand that you say move backward. Confirm yes or no.
Yes.
Roger. I'm doing it.
Turn right.
I understand that you say turn right. Confirm yes or no.
Yes.
Roger. I'm doing it.
Stand up. Stand up.
I understand that you say stand up. Confirm yes or no.
Yes.
Roger. I'm doing it.
Detect object.
I understand that you say detect object. Confirm yes or no.
Yes.
What color is the object?
Red.
Detect read object. Confirm yes or no.
Yes.
I can approach the object by following the steps. Turn right 4.64 degrees, move forward 1.45 meters.
开始了，开始了。
第10届挑战杯全国大学生课外学术科技作品决赛今天在天津南开大学举行，共有来自内地和港澳台地区600余所高校的近100万大学生参与此次竞赛，最终1100多件作品入围全国决赛。他们的作品涉及自然科学、哲学、社会科学、科技发明制作等领域和类别，代表了当代大学生课外学术科技创新的最高水平。
你慢慢的，就是说看看我老伴儿，他从2010年1月22日，忽然间就说出一些人听不懂的话，经常给人家也是讲佛法，还给人家治病，还给人家超度堕胎的孩子。我问他，我说你是哪来的？他说他是西藏商业市的主持，300年前在那讲经说法。
他说的完全正确。我告诉你，他过去根本这种动作全部做不出来的。他过去就是一个主持，而且在庙里非常有能量的。所以你看，我告诉你，到了他身上去了，你们看见了吗？
是的。
所以修不好，继续投人；修不好，变成亡灵。所以希望你们要真修实修，不要假修。大家听得懂吗？你们看看看，多可怜啊！
我问他，我说你为什么没修成？他说他犯了一个小错误。我说是什么错误？他说他就是一个意念，看到一个小寡妇很可怜。
看见了没有啊？一个意念就让他不能投身到天上，多可怜呐！好，
感谢师父，
看见了吗？师父意念一到，他讲国语了。现在我在跟他讲话呢。
感谢师父，我现在在我的都给他，
讲国语吗？讲2句国语好吗？
好的。
卢台长是谁呀？
卢台长是天上的菩萨。
你愿意不愿意跟着卢台长好好修啊？
非常愿意。
你愿意不愿意渡人啊？
非常愿意。
小房子在天上，在下面，好不好啊？
好。
我问你，西佛有用还是小房子有用啊？
西佛有小用，小房子有大用。
大家亲眼看见了吗？所以我告诉你们，要亲眼看见你才相信的。我告诉你，你呢过去修了这么多的事，所以呢，因为呢菩萨还练你有修，所以呢让你见到了台长，台长呢可以把你慢慢的通过你们的过去的缘分，给你念小房子，慢慢的把你送到天上去，相信不相信啊？
相信，谢谢台长。
讲藏文。看见了吗？现在知道了吧？什么叫学佛啊？看见了吗？你去找个研究藏文的，保证知道他说什么。好了， 扎西达拉，扎西达拉，坐下来，坐下来，坐下来，看见了吗？坐下来，扎西达拉，扎西达拉。啊，你修了很多，很好，你救了很多人，你现在也是到人间来救人的，希望你继续跟着台长一起救助众生，来还清自己的业债。你过去是不是打过拳呢？是吧？好，现在你呢在人家的身上，那么台长呢现在也不讲你，因为你跟他们先生过去的有缘分，那么你现在在他身上了，那么慢慢的呢，你总归要超度自己，要有个境界，慢慢要离开他，到更高的天上去。你们让这个元神和他本人的太太能够帮助你到天上，那么你以后会越来越好，跑到天上去，你就修成了，台长会帮助你的，好不好？好。看见了吗？西藏的喇嘛庙门口就这个样子呀。好了，结束。大家看台长厉害不厉害？看见动不动啊？我用的太极厉害了，他不能动了。我用的太厉害了，刚刚用的力量太大了一点。好，菩萨慈悲啊，放开，菩萨把它放开。
师傅，像他这种情况，我们是给他念多少张小房子？
念到他走，把他抄到天上去。看见了吗？
他自己也在念。
他现在自己也在念，你给他讲，你给他讲。
天天啊！
天天念小房子吗？
对，有天天的念。
好，好好念，自己不要在人家身上，有本事自己到天上去，好不好？好。好了，跟着台长好好修，好不好？
一定的，跟着师傅好好修，
好，
修心修德，
好，
弘扬佛法，
好，
超出六道，
好，
跟着观世音妈妈回家，
好，
跟着师傅回家，
好。
定能参加这个听众会。那个我想有2个问题要问问
你讲吧。
那个我首先呢，我先说，因为呢我从来没学过佛法，然后对佛教的书呢曾经看过，但是我觉得很深，我看不懂。
你今天听我讲的浅不啦？
今天听你讲的就是跟日常的生活特别融洽，
对了，就白话佛法。
所以我觉得就挺受教育的。现在就很节约时间嘛，我说问2件事。
你说吧，老妈妈。
我的丈夫2011年7月24日去世。因为他在世的时候呢，非常重视这个文化学习，所以也是学校的高材生，所以他有点一辈子怀才不遇，所以2011年呢，因为得了结肠癌就去世了。我呢，就是想问问他现在怎么样？
在哪里？
他的名字叫黎明的黎，永远的永，福禄的禄，黎永禄。
看到了，老妈妈，我告诉你好吗？
好，谢谢。
他跟你非常恩爱，
谢谢。
你们2个几乎不吵架的，
谢谢。
对不对？告诉
是这样的。
我告诉你，你的先生人非常好，是一个文质彬彬的人。
对对。
我告诉你，他这个人长相样子都非常的端庄。现在我看见他在天上。居然还戴个官帽，说明他已经在天上做官了。
谢谢。
老妈妈，我告诉你，一个人一辈子不害别人，不做坏事，
是。
我告诉你，照样上天。所以要做好人，不要做坏人。
是。
老妈妈，我告诉你，他过去的毛病你就知道，台长看到是他了。我形象我不去讲，他个头很高的。
他那个长得文质彬彬的倒是。
我告诉你，第二，他的鼻子很大。
对，一点也不错。
特征。
你说我们2个像吗？
像。
对。
你们两个有夫妻相，但是呢，你脸比他长。
对对。
鼓掌。但是老妈妈，我现在告诉你，他对你有几个意见。第一，你把他的那个坟墓啊埋的不是太好。
后来我又换了，而且呢，花了3万块钱换了。
哎，我告诉你，换了他也不满意。
那怎么办呢？
你以后要帮他超度掉，他就慢慢就好了。
怎么超度呢？
现在你还得给他念小房子。
因为我不会，我不懂。
他放不下你，而且我可以告诉你，他走的之前，他的小便非常不好，他有前列腺。
太对了。
大家看见了吗？所以老妈妈，我告诉你，人其实很傻，不会死的。人以为哎呦死掉了，一口气没了就死了。实际上他死掉之后，他真的什么都看清楚，什么都明白了。
对，
明白了吗？
他临走的时候对家里很不放心。
他对你不放心，他主要是说你的身体不好。他说你的心脏很微弱。
太好了，对，就是这样。
现在知道了吧？
就这样。
现在大家相信了吧？
真是
你们今天当场见证的就相信了，如果不见着听人家讲，你不相信啊。
因为我是从北京这边来的，所以
特别过来的，
第一次参加这个会，而且很幸运的就抽上了这个号，一点儿没有托什么的，这绝对没有。
他说什么？他说什么？托了？开什么玩笑啊！台长开了几百场啊！
在很早以前啊，他们有的做的报告啊，然后怎么样，我听说啊，我说我这个呢，从大老远来的，我说我第一次参加这个，
你现在服了吧？
很幸运的，我说您说我的家里情况是这样的，
老妈妈，我告诉你了，你放心了，我告诉你，你要是想知道厉害的话，我都知道你活几岁。
谢谢。
你如果厉害的话，我可以叫你先生在1个礼拜当中来看你。
谢谢。
谢谢。我告诉你，这个真实不虚的东西啊，否则全世界会有1000万人跟着我学的。开玩笑了。老妈妈，你记住了，你的先生是好人，
是好人，
你也是个好人，明白吗？怀才不遇，我告诉你，你先生脾气太倔，
对，太直了，
人家提拔他好几次，
对，
他刚正不阿，两袖清风，
对，
所以他现在在天上呀。
是，谢谢。
明白了不啦？
人家曾经让他当那个厂长，选当厂长，
好的不得了。
他不当，他说我自己还管不了自己，当不了。因为什么不当呢？因为他看的这个单位太腐败了，上了一个台长腐败一下，上个台长腐败一下，所以他是全单位，就是他
说什么？上个台长就腐败一下，上个台就腐败，怎么台长腐败啊？
不是，我说是
跟你开玩笑的。台长什么都知道。
好了，我也不。
台长喜欢开玩笑。老妈妈，你今天亲眼看见了，对不对？你自己都知道了。
我知道。
你好好的活着。
好，谢谢。
明白了吗？
好。
你很坚强，明白了吗？
谢谢。
自己一个人活在这个世界上，问心无愧，对得起别人，做好人，做好事情永远要干干净净。你这个人就屹立在不败东方。
好，为了节约时间，我再问最后一个问题吧。
好，
这个问题我想也是我丈夫，他可能在天之灵，可能也是让我问的，因为我这个我的女儿啊，现在怀孕了，她是2月，因为医生啊最近查说小孩的头大，因为头大呢是正常范围内大。因为他年龄大了，今年36、7了，所以医生呢让他那个提前生还怎么着？你看什么时间生合适？
几年属什么的？你女儿？
我女儿是1978年10月17日属马。
78年属马的。
对。
这孩子蛮大了。
他是应该是2月10号生。
医生让他奇怪啊，
提前
头怎么在上面呢？
是吗？头
没朝下。
哦，
横过来，一会儿烧上，一会儿横过来，羊水倒很多。
现在我女儿在现场呢。
啊，你问他好了，现在会踢他了，这孩子。你问他。
他在现场呢。
踢不踢啊？
是的，那肯定了。
头大没关系的，你跟他说做剖腹产没有危险。
哦，那不要
做剖腹产
要自己生怎么样？
有病啊！
医生让他2月4日催产。
你跟医生说，叫他剖腹产。
哦。
我看这孩子有点来历的，不想从正常的渠道出来，因为他很干净。因为有的天上来的菩萨，他基本上都是剖腹产的。
哦，非常感谢。
老妈妈，你听得懂吗？
听得懂，听得懂。哎，我今天来了的很幸运，再次感谢卢台长。
好好相信啊！
我在最后说一下，我以后怎么去学佛，我不懂，你简单。
你待会儿到门口去问，要念心经、大悲咒、礼佛3个经。
哦，
好吧。做人呢，要许愿、放生、念经3种。就可以了，什么都不要花，什么都不要做的，就好好念经学佛，好好的有慈悲心，不要恨，明白了吗？你现在唯一的还有点恨，你的心中过去人家对你不好，你还不能忘记，你一定要忘记。
您说的太对了。我怎么把他那个坟墓能够在那个让他安心呢？
他这个坟墓呢，现在是这样，第一次呢帮他弄得太烂了，这个坟墓啊，
因为很仓促啊，
对，草草的就下葬了，他很不开心。
对对对。
所以第2次呢，又是托人弄的时候呢，左讲钱右讲钱，他这个人呢特别的刚正不阿。
对对。
他这个人呢，非常的就是说我做什么事情，好像你们为了我这个坟墓，好像左右扣掉一点，那么要便宜，这个要怎么样？他不开心。你们跟他讲讲就好了。跟他忏悔忏悔，跟观世音菩萨，我要跟我先生某某某讲几句话，叫他安心，叫他不要有想法，我们是凡人肉胎，如果有得罪的他的地方，叫他多多的原谅，一讲就好了，好吗？
行，
你这个先生就是这样的。
我先生那个培养了好多那个高3的学生，考入好大学。
知道，而且你先生，我告诉你了，你们弄那个坟墓啊，最后搞来搞去啊，还是用了他很多钱。听得懂吗？
听得懂。
所以他心想，用我的钱还要不给我用。听得懂了吗？
好，谢谢台长啊，谢谢。
好。
Small problem to talk about, and then a big question of whether deep learning actually works. I had an email from an expert last night which changed my view of the world about that question, as you can imagine. The change in my world was I had thought the answer was yes, and I now think the answer is no. So that's like rather a big issue for 18065. But let's see about that later.
今天呢，我们给各位介绍一个很特别的神秘的一个幻境。所有的卵生、胎生、化生、湿生，若有色若无色，都会碰到这个神秘的幻境。我们知道如果我们人要制造汽车，要制造冰箱，要制造电视，当然会要有一个大的汽车厂、大的工厂，一个制造的一个场所，我们常常说叫做制造业公司等等。但是当我们要大量生产的时候，你除了制造的东西，里面还要有一个物流的仓储中心，你要放原料，放零件，放机械，放一些保养修护的一大堆的设备。那么这些东西如果要执行的话，你还要分工，还要组织，还有一个更大的团队，才能够达成这些你要制造的一个东西。但是这个世界上就有一个很神秘的幻境的东西，它确实存在。它在生产东西，但是它没有工厂，看不到工厂，就莫名其妙就跑出来了，它自己就生出东西来，它没有人在管理，你绝对看不到人，看不到资讯，也看不到 AI。最重要的是，也没有原料，也没有仓库，做好了之后也没有看到它的图档，没有图档怎么生产产品？它没有图档，没有 AutoCAD， 它也没有 SOP， 它没有排放任何的废弃物，这个人类是没有听过这样的事情，它也不会造成环境的灾害。他做事情做完了，没有人在鞠躬，没有推诿，那么这些东西做完之后也没有要求回报。这种神秘的地方，神秘的东西几乎不是人间能够存在的。但事实上我讲的就是一棵芒果树。我们如果把一棵芒果树把它剖开的时候，你会发现里面没有芒果的原料，没有绿色的，没有黄色的，没有糖，没有酸，它就会产生芒果。怎么样把芒果树剖开，闻它的叶子都闻不到芒果的香气，这个就是整个生命的奥妙。所有的生命都跟芒果树一样，它不是人类所能够形容的。我们会吃芒果冰沙，我们很会享受芒果，非常好吃，但是我们永远想不透，它一棵树在那边30-40度的太阳这样晒，没有工厂，没有需要任何东西，跟我们人类的想法，你要分工合作，要图档，它什么都没有，就长出芒果来。这些生命的奥妙，人类没有办法去形容。我们没有办法做出这样的一个东西。我们像买一个 Apple 的手机，你就像芒果一样长出一个 Apple 手机，人类没有这个能力，我们也不知道怎么样形容，但是我们会给它取一个名字，这个叫水果，这个叫芒果树，这个叫光合作用，好像真的一样，其实我们是没有概念的。那么这种没有工厂，没有染料，没有香料，没有原料，没有模具，没有糖，没有酸，这种事情发生在我们身边，而我们却不知道说，所有的卵生、胎生、湿生、化生，它都具备有生命这么奥妙的能力。而这个叫自信，但是我们的科学会给它取名字它这个就是因为有 DNA 啦，那这 DNA 储存所有的资讯，所以它会遗传下去，讲得好像真的一样，幼稚到不可思议，完全不明白它的运作，只有讲出一个名词 DNA， 还画了一大堆的图，不懂就装懂。那有情世界的东西，佛陀说根本就不可说，以我们的名词没有办法去解释这样的一个东西。因为我们的东西，工厂就是工厂，库存就是库存，管理就是管理， SOP 就是 SOP， 废物就是废物。所有的芒果树、苹果树、葡萄树长出来完全不会产生任何的污染，全部是有机的，而且还产生氧气。所以我们对于所有的一切有情众生，若卵生，若胎生，若湿生，这些都不是我们理解。我们不要以为我们站在美国水松的一个下面，我们就觉得我们自己比他伟大，因为我们可以吃芒果冰沙，所以我们比芒果还要伟大。 这种想法是极其幼稚而错误的。而实际上，人也跟芒果一样，我们没有办法去理解，我们只了解我们的五蕴。那么从五蕴要来理解人，其实是非常的距离遥远。所以我们的想法很简单，我们缺电了，我们就挖煤矿，把它烧了就产生了电。那么这些煤矿飞到天上去了，又变成 PM2.5， 晚上又掉下来，怎么样处理？没有人知道怎么处理。我们做了一件事，有头没有尾，我们不知道怎么来处理这些事。我们为了喝一杯水，我们制造一个保特瓶。那这个保特瓶为什么要制造？因为可以回收。既然可以回收，为什么到处都是污染？我们不知道怎么办。但是为了喝一杯水，就一次而已哦，一杯水就有办法造出一个可以污染地球的东西。人类的想法是极其幼稚，有头没有尾，能够知道怎么制造，没有同时产生就近圆满处理方式。整个的有情世界没有一只动物、植物、生物是这样在运作的，除了人类以外。我们现在为了电动车又做了一大堆的电池，将来怎么处理还不知道。但是呢，佛法上面告诉我们，一花一世界。即使是一朵花，我们对它所能理解的是完全是不可能。何其自信，能生万法，它本来就存在，一叶一如来。所有世界里面的生命的背后，它隐藏了一个神秘奥妙的东西，而人也是一样。但是我们活在世界上，就偏偏为了小学学到的算术、99乘法表，我们学到的历史地理，以为这个就是人生的全部，而这些却没有办法描述生命的万分之一。佛用另外一个角度来叫我们看生命，叫我们看所谓的一花一世界，一叶一如来。
创新，中方将继续实施“一带一路”科技创新行动计划，举办首届“一带一路”科技交流大会。未来5年，把同各方共建的联合实验室扩大到100家，支持各国青年科学家来华短期工作。中方将在本届论坛上提出全球人工智能治理倡议，愿同各国加强交流和对话，共同促进全球人工智能健康有序、安全发展。 6.
One critical emerging technology is artificial intelligence. AI is not just about ChatGPT or large language models. It is a general purpose technology, like electricity, the internal combustion engine, the computer, or the internet. It has the potential to transform a wide range of industries and to enhance productivity across many existing processes, from drug discovery to organizing warehouses or driving vehicles. Singapore is already recognized as a serious player in AI development. We aim to go further, to build new peaks of excellence and crowd in private sector investments. We have set out the plans to do so in the National AI Strategy 2.0. To support this strategy and further catalyze AI activities, I will invest more than $1 billion over the next 5 years into AI compute, talent, and industry development. Part of the investment will be used to ensure that Singapore can secure access to the advanced chips that are so crucial to AI development and deployment. In tandem, I will allocate additional resources to catalyze investments in upgrading our nationwide broadband network. With the additional investments, we aim to enable mass market access to broadband speeds of up to 10 gigabits per second in the second half of this decade.
发生的。
我们从1994年开始做特异功能，然后在1994到1998呢，我们跟中国大陆的特异功能的研究者有很密切的交流。研究者分成两派，一派认为呢，他们看到所谓的师傅呢都是幻象，跟我们做梦一样；另外一派就认为不是，那是另外一个高智能的信息场，就说有另外一个世界，他把它叫做信息场，充满了智慧。我就对这个问题产生了很大的兴趣。但是没想到1999年，在台湾的物理学会，他们来我们的实验室来踢馆啊，要来验证手指识字是不是真的存在的时候，其中一位物理系的陈教授呢，就用了一个佛字，结果呢，不但看不到佛字，反而看到了一个发光的人，亮人，而且在微笑，啊，就产生了跟大陆他们特异功能所见到的现象完全一致的现象，所以我们就开始了大量的工作，想来验证这是不是幻觉，是不是他因为对这些宗教的神圣人物，不管是佛，不管是菩萨，不管是耶稣，都很崇敬，所以他的特异功能在解读这些字的时候呢，就产生了幻象。后来我们想怎么解决这个问题呢？最简单的方法就是用这些小朋友不懂的文字来试验，比如说我们改用藏文，我们改用希伯来文，啊，我们改用不同的文字，小朋友根本不懂这些文字，都会产生异象，他都看到亮光、亮的世界，所以我们慢慢确定了，这决定不是幻觉，所以他比较倾向于是外面有个世界，有个叫做信息场的世界，而且是高智能，所以我比较支持就是大陆呢所谓高智能信息场这么样一个的说法。信息场其实就是灵界嘛，因为佛啊、耶稣啊，他们都是灵嘛，神灵嘛，就是出现了一个灵界。灵界在哪里？这个大问题啊！灵界在我旁边吗？在天上吗？在外太空吗？还是到底在哪里？ 他跟我的关系是怎么样？我为什么碰不到他？我花了将近1年的时间在想这个问题，他跟我们的世界的关系，跟我们这个世界的关系。所以终于有一天我就了解了，他们两个是互相重叠的世界。其实这个世界是有个实数的空间，长、宽、高加个时间是4度的实数空间，我们叫做阳间。我们旁边有个阴间，它也是4度。阴间这个4度呢，那么就是虚数空间，所以一实一虚是一个对称的世界，在理论上就比较完美。
其实前几天也分享过，现在西方人很热衷研究轮回转世的事。这里就有位精神科医生，面对那些药物无法治疗的患者时，他用了另外的方法，却意外打开了另外一个世界。牛顿博士是一位大师级的催眠治疗师，在他行医的过程中呢，一个偶然的机遇让他把催眠入定患者的意识推入到了前世。之后他就开始以前世溯源的方法来治疗患者的病痛。在这期间呢，又有一个偶然的机遇让他把患者的意识推入到了轮回转世之间的灵界。值得要说的是，这里并不是回溯前世，而是返回灵界。在此之后呢，牛顿博士就集中精力专门进行这方面的研究。在他研究期间，他从不向公众透露任何他的发现，也从不会接触任何有关玄学的东西，这样就可以避免先入为主的观点影响自己的研究。最后经过10年的研究，他终于得出了一个灵界的模型，于是便整理成书。他在1994年发表的《灵性之旅》一书中，正是按照先后顺序描述了人在离开俗世进入精神世界直到下一次转生的经历。牛顿博士的受试者有着五花八门的人生哲学信仰，也有虔诚的教徒，其中还包括一些无神论者。但是他们在入定的状态下回顾前世之间的灵界时，却都给出了非常一致的描述，那就是生命在灵界里的层次不同，它们的能量颜色也会不同。层次是按照能量的颜色红、橙、黄、绿、青、蓝、紫依次递增。黄色以上的生命可以成为一般灵魂的导师，而蓝色的就属于高级的，紫色的则是大师级的。在这里，高级别的生命对低级别的生命充满了慈悲和宽容，而低层次的生命对高层次的生命呢，非常的爱戴和尊敬。根据牛顿博士的研究推测，目前地球上有3/4的灵魂都是属于初级的，而达到高级灵魂的不过10万人。他们大多数从事助人或者文化方面的事业，同时他们的生活非常的简朴，而大师级别的灵魂就不再需要转世投胎了。牛顿博士有一个重大的研究发现，那就是灵界里面的生命呢，分别属于不同的群体，在群体转生时，他们扮演着不同的角色，可能是夫妻、亲子、兄弟、朋友，也可能是仇敌。这一世的爱恨情仇会促成下一世的恩怨相报，他们和邻近的群体也会产生各种缘分。
并能参加这个听风会。那个我想有2个问题要问问你。
你讲吧。
那个我首先呢，我先说，因为呢我从来没学过佛法，然后对佛教的书呢曾经看过，但是我觉得很深，我看不懂。
你今天听我讲的浅不啦？
今天听你讲的就是跟日常的生活特别融洽，
对了，就白话佛法。
所以我觉得就挺受教育的。现在就很节约时间嘛，我说2件，问2件。
你说吧，老妈妈。
我的丈夫2011年7月24日去世。因为他在世的时候呢，非常重视这个文化学习，所以也是学校的高材生，所以他有点一辈子怀才不遇，所以2011年呢，因为得了结肠癌就去世了。我呢就是想问问他现在怎么样？
在哪里？
他的名字叫黎明的黎，永远的永，福禄的禄，黎永禄。
看到了，老妈妈，我告诉你好吗？
好，谢谢。
他跟你非常恩爱，
谢谢。
你们两个几乎不吵架的，
谢谢。
对不对？告诉
是这样的。
我告诉你，你的先生人非常好，是一个文质彬彬的人。
对对。
我告诉你，他这个人长相样子都非常的端庄。现在我看见他在天上，居然还戴个官帽，说明他已经在天上做官了。
谢谢谢谢。
老妈妈，我告诉你，一个人一辈子不害别人，不做坏事，
是。
我告诉你，照样上天。所以要做好人，不要做坏人。
是。
老妈妈，我告诉你，他过去的毛病你就知道，台长看到是他了。我形象我不去讲，他个头很高的。
他那个长得文质彬彬的倒是。
我告诉你，第二，他的鼻子很大。
对对，一点也不错。
特征。
你说我们两个像吗？
像。
对。
你们两个有夫妻相，但是呢，你脸比他长。
对对。
鼓掌。但是老妈妈，我现在告诉你，他对你有几个意见。第一，你把他的那个坟墓埋的不是太好。
后来我又换了，而且呢，花了3万块钱换了。
我告诉你，换了他也不满意。
那怎么办呢？
你以后要帮他超度掉，他就慢慢就好了。
怎么超度呢？
现在你还得给他念小房子。
因为我不会，我不懂。
他放不下你，而且我可以告诉你，他走的之前，他的小便非常不好，他有前列腺。
太对了。
大家看见了吗？所以老妈妈，我告诉你，人其实很傻，不会死的。人以为哎呦死掉了，一口气没了就死了。实际上他死掉之后，他真的什么都看清楚，什么都明白了。
对，
明白了吗？
他临走的时候对家里很不放心。
他对你不放心，他主要是说你的身体不好。他说你的心脏很微弱。
太好了，对，就是这样。
现在知道了吧？
就这样。
现在大家相信了吧？
真这样。
你们今天当场见证的就相信了，如果不见证，听人家讲你不相信啊。
因为我是从北京这边来的，所以
特别过来的，
第一次参加这个会，而且很幸运的就抽上了这个号，一点也没有托什么的，这绝对没有。
他说什么？他说什么？托了？开什么玩笑啊！台长开了几百场啊！
在很早以前他们有的做的报告然后怎么样，我听说我说我这个呢从大老远来的，我说我第一次参加这个。
你现在服了吧？
很幸运的，我说您说我的家里情况是这样的。
老妈妈，我告诉你了，你放心了。我告诉你，你要是想知道厉害的话，我都知道你活几岁。
谢谢。
你如果厉害的话，我可以叫你先生在1个礼拜当中来看你。
谢谢。
谢谢。我告诉你，这个真实不虚的东西否则全世界会有1000万人跟着我学的。开玩笑了。老妈妈，你记住了，你的先生是好人，
是好人，
你也是个好人，
谢谢，
明白吗？怀才不遇，我告诉你，你先生脾气太倔，
对，太直了，
人家提拔他好几次，
对，
他刚正不阿，两袖清风，
对，
所以他现在在天上呀。
是，谢谢。
明白了不啦？
人家曾经让他当那个厂长，选当厂长，
好的不得了。
他不当，他说我自己还管不了自己，当不了。因为什么不当呢？因为他看的这个单位太腐败了，上了一个台长腐败一下，上个台长腐败一下，所以他是全单位，就是他
说什么？上个台长就腐败一下，上个台就腐败，怎么台长腐败啊？
不是，我说
跟你开玩笑的。台长什么都知道。
好了，
台长喜欢开玩笑。老妈妈，你今天亲眼看见了，对不对？你自己都知道了。
我知道。
你好好的活着。
好，谢谢。
明白了吗？
好。
你很坚强，明白了吗？
谢谢。
自己一个人活在这个世界上，问心无愧，对得起别人，做好人，做好事情永远要干干净净。你这个人就屹立在不败东方。
好，为了节约时间，我再问最后一个问题吧。
好，
这个问题我想也是我丈夫他可能在天之灵，可能也是像我让我问的，因为我这个我的女儿啊，现在怀孕了，她是2月，因为医生啊最近查说小孩的头大，因为头大呢是正常范围内大。因为他年龄大了，今年36、7了，所以医生呢让他提前生还怎么着？您看什么时间生合适？
几年属什么的？你女儿？
我女儿是1978年10月17日属马。
78年属马的。
对。
这孩子蛮大了。
他是应该是2月10号生。医生让他
很奇怪啊，
提前
头怎么在上面呢？
是吗？
头没朝下。横过来，一会儿朝上，一会儿横过来，羊水道很多。
现在我女儿在现场呢。
你问他好了，现在会踢他呢，这孩子。你问他。
他在现场呢。
踢不踢啊？
是的，那肯定了。
头大没关系的，你跟他说。做剖腹产没有危险。
那不要
做剖腹产
要自己生怎么样？
有病啊！
医生让他2月4日催产。
你跟医生说，叫他剖腹产。我看这孩子有点来历的，不想从正常的渠道出来，因为他很干净。因为有的天上来的菩萨，他基本上都是剖腹产的。
非常感谢。
老妈妈，你听得懂吗？
听得懂。我今天来了很幸运，再次感谢卢台长。
好好相信啊！
我在最后说一下，我以后怎么去学佛，我不懂，你简单。
你带我到门口去问。要念心经、大悲咒、礼佛3个经。好吧。做人呢要许愿、放生、念经3种就可以了。什么都不要花，什么都不要做的，就好好念经学佛，好好的有慈悲心，不要恨。明白了吗？你现在唯一的还有点恨。你的心中过去人家对你不好，你还不能忘记，你一定要忘记。
您说的太对了。我怎么把他那个坟墓能够在让他安心呢？
他这个坟墓呢，现在是这样，第一次呢帮他弄得太烂了，这个坟墓啊，
因为很仓促啊。
对，草的就下葬了，他很不开心。
对。
所以第2次呢，又是托人弄的时候呢，左讲钱右讲钱。他这个人呢，特别的刚正不阿。
对。
他这个人呢，非常的就是说我做什么事情，好像你们为了我这个坟墓，好像左右扣掉一点，那么要便宜，这个要怎么样？他不开心。你们跟他讲讲就好了。跟他忏悔，跟观世音菩萨，我要跟我先生某某某讲几句话，叫他安心，叫他不要有想法。我们是凡人肉胎，如果有得罪的他的地方，叫他多多的原谅。一讲就好了，好吗？
行，
你这个先生就是这样的。
我先生培养了好多高3的学生，考入好大学。
知道，而且你先生，我告诉你了，你们弄那个坟墓啊，最后搞来搞去啊，还是用了他很多钱。听得懂吗？
听得懂。
所以他心想，用我的钱还要不给我用。听得懂了吗？
谢谢台长啊，谢谢。
你慢慢的，就是说看看我老伴儿，他从2010年1月22日，忽然间就说出一些人听不懂的话。经常给人家也是讲佛法，还给人家治病，还给人家超度堕胎的孩子。我问他，我说你是哪来的？他说他是西藏商业市的主持，300年前在那讲经说法。
他说的完全正确。我告诉你，他过去根本这种动作全部做不出来的。他过去就是一个主持，而且在庙里非常有能量的。所以你看，我告诉你，到 到了他身上去了，你们看见了吗？
是的。
所以修不好，继续投人；修不好变成亡灵。所以希望你们要真修实修，不要假修。大家听得懂吗？你们看看看，多可怜啊！
我问他，我说你为什么没修成？他说他犯了一个小错误。我说是什么错误？他说他就是一个意念，看到一个小寡妇很可怜。
看见了没有啊？一个意念就让他不能投身到天上，多可怜呐！好，
感谢师父，
看见了吗？师父意念一到，他讲国语了。现在我在跟他讲话呢。
感谢师父，我现在在我的都给他一定在这
讲国语吗？讲2句国语好吗？
好的。
卢台长是谁呀？
卢台长是天上的菩萨。
你愿意不愿意跟着卢台长好好修啊？
非常愿意。
你愿意不愿意渡人啊？
非常愿意。
小房子在天上，在下面，好不好啊？
好。
我问你，西佛有用还是小房子有用啊？
西佛有小用，小房子有大用。
大家亲眼看见了吗？所以我告诉你们，要亲眼看见你才相信的。我告诉你，你呢过去修了这么多的事，所以呢，因为呢菩萨还练你有修，所以呢让你见到了台长，台长呢可以把你慢慢的通过你们的过去的缘分，给你念小房子，慢慢的把你送到天上去，相信不相信啊？
相信，谢谢台长。
讲藏文。看见了吗？现在知道了吧？什么叫学佛啊？看见了吗？你去找个研究藏文的，保证知道他说什么。好了，扎西达拉，坐下来，看见了吗？坐下来，扎西达拉，你修了很多，很好，你救了很多人，你现在也是到人间来救人的，希望你继续跟着台长一起救助众生，来还清自己的业债。你过去是不是打过拳呢？
是吧？
好，现在你呢在人家的身上，那么台长呢现在也不讲你，因为你跟他们先生过去的有缘分，那么你现在在他身上了，那么慢慢的呢，你总归要超度自己，要有个境界，慢慢要离开他，到更高的天上去。你们让这个元神和他本人的太太能够帮助你到天上，那么你以后会越来越好，跑到天上去，你就修成了，台长会帮助你的，好不好？好。看见了吗？西藏的喇嘛庙门口就这个样子呀。好了，结束。大家看台长厉害不厉害？看见动不动啊？我用的太极厉害了，他不能动了。我用的太厉害了，刚刚用的力量太大了一点。好，菩萨慈悲啊，放开，菩萨把它放开。
师傅，像他这种情况，我们是给他念多少张小房子？
念到他走，把他抄到天上去。看见了吗？
他自己也在念。
他现在自己也在念，你给他讲。你给他讲，
天天啊，
天天念小房子吗？
对，天天的念。
好好念，自己不要在人间。 是自己到天上去，好不好？好。好了，
是的，
跟着台长好好修，好不好？
一定的，跟着师傅好好修，修心修德，弘扬佛法，超出六道，跟着观世音妈妈回家，跟着师傅回家。
You know, as somebody who also works in the fields of hypnosis and stage hypnosis, I'm always surprised by the way the general public sees it. I believe that most people probably see hypnosis as really about, you know, turning people into chickens, basically. And another thing, if you ask somebody who's a little bit, let's say, a little more paranoid, that you'll find out that hypnosis is really about mind control. And you talk to somebody who's a little more traditional, and you'll find out that hypnosis is really about sin and something quasi-diabolical. Here's an example of a Svengali who is a 20th century film star who was a evil hypnotist. Now, even among the scientific community, there's been studies that show, serious studies that show that there is no such thing as hypnosis, that the hypnotic state does not actually exist. And I think that even if you talk to, let's say, educated people, such as yourselves, that you'll find out when you boil it down that hypnosis appears to be some kind of magician's trick, a mind trick, and that when you boil it down, it's ultimately completely and totally fake. Now, what if I said to you that if we don't understand hypnosis, is it possible that we could be being hypnotized right now? You basically don't know. So I'm going to make a suggestion. Let's call it a hypnotic suggestion. I'm going to suggest to you that hypnosis is entirely real. In fact, stage hypnosis is real, and hypnotherapy is real. Here's an example of some of the many things that are treated with hypnotherapy as well. Not only that, but accelerated learning by hypnosis is real. And the hypnotic bar, as previously mentioned, a bar where people are hypnotized to be completely drunk while they remain absolutely sober, is also real. Hypnosurgery, where you can be operated on while completely awake, is also real. And of course, absolutely, that being turned into a chicken under hypnosis is also completely real. Maybe I could start off by saying there's a good reason why we don't understand hypnosis. And these are some of the reasons. If we go way back in time, probably the first hypnotists were shamans, Aboriginal and Native shamans. Here's an example, a real example from 1914. But shamans generally didn't share their secrets. There's one man who really put hypnosis on the map, and that's this guy, Anton Mesmer, an Austrian doctor. He was so influential that the word to be entranced, to be mesmerized, is from his name, Mesmer. Mesmer was the talk of Paris, and in the 1780s, more than 3,000 people a day would often go visit Mesmer to be healed. He would do strange incantations. He would appear to knock people out. He would give them and hold them with magnets. And thousands of people would come to see him regularly. Now, this attracted the attention of the medical establishment of the time, and they put pressure on the King of France, Louis XVI, who actually organized a royal commission to investigate Mesmer, which was led by this guy, Benjamin Franklin. Now, the interesting thing about Benjamin Franklin is at that time he was the ambassador to France and also a great scientist. And he and another group of scientific luminaries got together and they investigated Mesmer. They concluded that there was nothing to Mesmer's claims, that he was not really healing people. And as a result, Mesmer was treated and named a fraud and a charlatan. In fact, here's some popular artwork of the time that shows Mesmer being sent to the fires of obscurity by the light of reason, science, and justice. I would say that till this day, as a result, hypnotism lives in the shadows. In fact, if you go to a bookstore, often in North America or Canada, and ask for books on hypnotism, you'll usually be referred to the occult section. So, this is why hypnosis remains in the realm of the fake. Now, if that's true, if hypnosis is fake, can I propose maybe a simple test? That basically, we perform right here, this is a quasi-scientific formula, that we perform a series of very simple hypnotic inductions and maybe some hypnotic suggestions, and we see what happens. If hypnosis is fake, then nothing will happen. If it's real, then I guess we'll see. Is that okay? Okay. All right. So, if anybody's nervous, and they're always, and that is, there's actually a veterinarian wrote an article for the newspaper that explained that what's actually going on here is that cats are actually reliving traumas. They're not, but here's the weird thing. Why are cats afraid of cucumbers? Because cucumbers remind them of what? Or look like what? Snakes. Exactly. They look like snakes. But hold on a second. Would domestic cats in North America or in Kingston or anywhere like that, would they ever encounter a snake? No. Never. So why would domestic cats all seemingly be programmed to already be afraid of snakes that they've never met? The explanation, very simply, is that Professor Michel Jouvert, experimental medicine at the University of Lyon in the 60s, did a series of experiments. He's called the Christopher Columbus of dreams. And his theory is that mammals, or all mammals, while they're in the womb, basically enjoy a powerful REM state, a dream state. That dream state may be essential to programming us to be what we are. So cats would be programmed to be afraid of snakes while in the womb. That would be an explanation for why they are now afraid of cucumbers, even though they never encountered snakes. That makes sense. So now, is it possible that hypnosis is us hacking in to this actual dream state? And let's take a look. Here's a common experiment. You probably remember the movie The Matrix. In The Matrix, Neo is programmed to know Kung Fu. It's advanced technology, helps him know Kung Fu. And I'm going to suggest to you that we can do something like that today. I'll take this person right here. You are a Kung Fu master now. And you're going to demonstrate a new form of Kung Fu in the red dot known as TEDx, a powerful, dramatic form of Kung Fu. You will always remain safe, and you will not push your body beyond its known limits. You are also a Kung Fu master. You will perform an even more dramatic form known as TEDx squared. You will also always remain safe, and you will perform your Kung Fu exhibition right after the first one. So I'm going to ask this person to come back to the room on the count of 3, 2, 1. I'm going to snap my fingers. Please meet the master of Kung Fu right now. Sir, you want to... Demonstrating the rare and beautiful TEDx form. Sarah, coming back in the room now. You are a Kung Fu master. You will beat that incredible demonstration that you only heard. You're going to perform. This is the form now known as TEDx squared. Thank you. Now, I want to take us in conclusion, maybe back to the chicken. What is really truly amazing, actually, is that when I do hypnosis shows, I used to avoid ever turning people into chickens because it's cliche and silly. But then I actually learned something amazing. When you do the research, there's something amazing about people being chickens. So I'm going to do a demonstration. Deep breath in, relax, and sleep. Beautiful. Maybe, Tara, you can go relax and sleep. Beautiful. Very good. You are a chicken. You peck and you say, "Baka!" and you do all the chickeny things. You are a chicken. That's right. You do all the chickeny things. You're a great, amazing chicken. You, madam, are a cat. You are a cat. And you're very much like a cat. Now, chickens can come out. You can step up here. Now, one thing about chickens and cats. Now, I'll just ask you, I'm going to remind you, as chickens and cats, you have been programmed to be mortally afraid of cucumbers. If you see an image, if you see a picture or an image of a cucumber, you will scream.
Ronaldo. Is that a penalty? It is! Ronaldo. Oh, 3. Spain, 3.
The first step is adjusting the camera so it's perfectly level and aligning with the center of the platform. Models has handy bubble level indicators and a center alignment line that, together with the Models platform, makes this a snap. The second step is locking the focus. We press the screen on a location close to where the laser will be hitting the object to get the cleanest line and lock the focus there. Third step is locking the exposure. We turn on the mobile device's light to artificially adjust exposure, selecting the brightest portion of the screen to get as little exposure as possible and lock it into place. As you can see, this results in a very dark picture, but once we turn the laser on, the line is remarkably crisp and clean. The fourth step is setting the platform distance, width, and laser angle. The laser angle must be as accurate as possible. Luckily, the Models platform has built-in angle markings to make this a snap as well. We're now ready to record a scan. Pressing the record button brings up an alert telling us to turn on the laser and start the platform rotating. I always try to start recording just before an easily distinguished feature, in this case one of the ears, and stop recording just after the same feature. This makes clipping much easier later. We then enter a name for our recording and the capture is complete. At this point, the Models hardware portion is complete, so I'll move to a clearer version of the software. After we've captured a scan, we need to unarchive it in order to do frame accurate clipping. This is usually a pretty quick process, but I've speeded it up for the purpose of this video. Once unarchiving is complete, we can trim the video to get a full 360-degree clip. You can move the start, end, or seek positions easily with indicators on the bottom or adjust them by dragging in the video window for more accuracy. In this case, the clip from frame 10 to 524 makes a complete 360-degree scan of the object. Models works best when it has a clear image of only the laser, so we go back into the trim view and adjust the brightness and contrast to minimize any external lights and laser reflections. Finally, we hit Analyze to extract the point information from the video frames. This may take a minute or two as well. When analysis is complete, we switch to the Models tab, click on the list icon to bring up our models list and view our new model. There are a number of different options for viewing your models. The most raw of them is the entire point cloud without any filtering. This gives you an immediate impression of how many points were captured. The next option is the Normals point cloud view, where points facing away from you are hidden. The last option is a solid view, where successive scan lines are joined together to form a solid model. Each view option also has coloring options. The first is of course solid green. The next shows successive scan lines in different colors. The one after that shows different colors based on the vertical position of the pixel in the original scan. The final one shows a laser position when scanning to help you understand where the holes in the models come from.
a portable device that can instantly translate between any languages. So is a universal translator possible in real life? We already have many programs that claim to do just that, taking a word, sentence, or entire book in one language and translating it into almost any other, whether it's modern English or ancient Sanskrit. And if translation were just a matter of looking up words in a dictionary, these programs would run circles around humans. The reality, however, is a bit more complicated. A rule-based translation program uses a lexical database, which includes all the words you'd find in a dictionary and all grammatical forms they can take, and a set of rules to recognize the basic linguistic elements in the input language. For a seemingly simple sentence like, "The children eat the muffins," the program first parses its syntax or grammatical structure by identifying the children as the subject and the rest of the sentence as the predicate, consisting of a verb, eat, and a direct object, the muffins. It then needs to recognize English morphology, or how the language can be broken down into its smallest meaningful units, such as the word muffin and the suffix s, used to indicate plural. Finally, it needs to understand the semantics, what the different parts of the sentence actually mean. To translate this sentence properly, the program would refer to a different set of vocabulary and rules for each element of the target language. But this is where it gets tricky. The syntax of some languages allows words to be arranged in any order, while in others, doing so could make the muffin eat the child. Morphology can also pose a problem. Slovene distinguishes between 2 children and 3 or more using a dual suffix absent in many other languages, while Russian's lack of definite articles might leave you wondering whether the children are eating some particular muffins, or just eat muffins in general. Finally, even when the semantics are technically correct, the program might miss their finer points, such as whether the children mangiano the muffins or divorano them. Another method is statistical machine translation, which analyzes a database of books, articles, and documents that have already been translated by humans. By finding matches between source and translated texts that are unlikely to occur by chance, the program can identify corresponding phrases and patterns and use them for future translations. However, the quality of this type of translation depends on the size of the initial database and the availability of samples for certain languages or styles of writing. The difficulty that computers have with the exceptions, irregularities, and shades of meaning that seem to come instinctively to humans has led some researchers to believe that our understanding of language is a unique product of our biological brain structure. In fact, one of the most famous fictional universal translators, the Babelfish from The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, is not a machine at all, but a small creature that translates the brainwaves and nerve signals of sentient species through a form of telepathy. For now, learning a language the old-fashioned way will still give you better results than any currently available computer program. But this is no easy task, and the sheer number of languages in the world, as well as the increasing interaction between the people who speak them, will only continue to spur greater advances in automatic translation. Perhaps by the time we encounter intergalactic life forms, we'll be able to communicate with them through a tiny gizmo. Or we might have to start compiling that dictionary after all.
hold one end, and I'm going to hold the other end. Now what I want you to do is look at me, look up at me, and I want you to move that way. You got a little bit of a bend in the rod. Now look back at your rod. Look back at this rod right here. Try and get that straight so it's not too bent. And then come towards me a little bit. This is kind of good. A little bit. Stop. Okay. Now put a bend in it. Put a bend in it like that. Okay. Good. Now go back to straight. Make it straight. Very good. Now put a bend in it the other way. Okay. Now straighten it out again. Okay. Now I want you to go down. Lower your end. More. More. Okay, stop right there. Okay, now I want to back out. Move this out. Okay. Release.
你好。
陈海，你好呀，握握手吧。
你是谁？
您好，我叫彤彤，欢迎您来参观。
你的主人是谁？
风流倜傥，玉树临风，学富五车，多才多艺，胸怀天下的马国庆院长。
5+5等于几
？5+5等于10。
市长是谁？
是儒雅潇洒、学识渊博的周元华同志。
天气如何？
亲爱的，悄悄地告诉我你在哪个城市？
济南。
济南，11月6号，周日，8到13度，11度，多云转小雨，北风微风，立冬。你摸我了，别摸我。
唱一首歌。
Why your business need an IVR system? Firstly, you need to know what is IVR. IVR allows interaction between computer and human via phone. In IVR system, caller can choose any option from menu by pressing digits to get information. For example, press 1 for sales. Press 2 for support. You can also give voice command. Customer service please. Now question is, why you need an IVR? Here are some reasons. First reason, IVR is a cloud service and easy to set up. You just need an internet connection. Next, IVR is customer friendly. Customers will be immediately directed to an executive who is most qualified to address their issues. Customer service please. Hello sir. How may I help you? Third reason is, IVR offer automate customer support. They can use the IVR to solve their own problems and obtain relevant information without speaking with an executive. Fourth, IVR gives customers personalized experience.
Hello Jim, how are you? Thanks for calling us.
Fifth reason is, IVR will improve professionalism. You can use IVR to make it seem that company has more departments and employees than you actually have. 6. IVR will increase customer service. You can handle a large volume of calls. IVR will increase executive and company efficiency. Next, IVR is cloud-based technology. Any company can afford this. Next reason is, IVR will increase the revenue of business. It is very simple. More happy customers generate more revenue. So IVR is a smart investment to generate more return on investment. To know more about
げ声出したんで。いいか、落とし方が絶妙だよね。
Understood. By your command. Understood. Pickup successful. Okay. Now I'm going to show you some demonstration. I am search of object. Now I get object's position. Now I move my arm to approach object. I move my arm to touch target. I close my hand. I move my arm to ready position.
Yeah.
I hand the lower object to my guest.
You 把手伸到，拖着手，OK。
Send the meeting address to my Volvo. Start the heater in my Volvo. Prepare my Volvo.
It's more kinds of new innovations that not only made this building really sustainable, but more important, made it smart.
Take the lighting. There are no electric cables here. Instead, LEDs are powered by an invisible digital ceiling with computer cables rigged up to thousands of sensors.
The levels of saving are around about 80% in terms of to a conventional lighting system, and about 40% of a building's usage is normally about the lighting usage. So the savings become huge in comparison.
It all adds to the sense that this building is alive. Solar panels are its skin, providing power for phones, laptops and cars. The heating system becomes the bloodstream, regulating the temperature by pumping hot and cold water straight out of the ground. Using the data gathered from its human friends, the Edge facilitates a new way of working for those within. Employees here are encouraged to hot desk, finding a workspace based on their schedule and activity.
Added benefit, a company renting in this space can have double as many people on the floor per square meter than we had in the old time.
For its commitment to improving the way people live and work, Amsterdam and projects like the Edge have earned the city the title European Capital of Innovation for 2016. It sets an example for Europe and the world.
What we find really interesting right now is that there will be a whole new generation of buildings. We used to have, let's say, dumb buildings, then we went into the world of sustainable buildings, and we now move into the world of smart buildings. I have no doubt that 5 years from now, the new buildings in the world will be smart buildings.
As the Edge has learned about our habits at work, we have learned from the Edge in designing better buildings and ultimately a better way of life.
Most people live in urban areas. As these populations grow, they place increasing demand on city leaders. Despite challenges, leaders must find innovative ways to collaborate and engage with businesses and citizens, and turn problems into opportunities. In order to meet and exceed citizen expectations, city leaders rely on key partnerships with businesses and agencies to align resources and deliver smarter solutions in planning and management, human services, and infrastructure. So when the city wins a bid to host the National Football Cup, they'll need a solution that will give city executives insight into critical pressing issues, so they can be confident that event preparation goals are met while citizen needs are addressed. The IBM Intelligent Operations Center for Smarter Cities empowers city management with a holistic view of operations across all agencies and interconnects cities and their partner organizations to increase operational efficiencies and enhance the effectiveness of service delivery. With integrated insight across departments and agencies, leaders can leverage information for better decision-making, anticipate critical issues and resolve them proactively, and coordinate resources and processes for more efficient operations. The Intelligent Operations Center provides a simplified view of city operations. It provides historical reports for management reporting and trend analysis, as well as situational awareness to connect distributed data sources and visualize patterns over time to ensure that resources are optimized for current and future issues. Near real-time key performance indicators help monitor and optimize the performance of city services, personnel, and programs. And multi-stakeholder inclusion enables city leaders to collaborate with agencies, businesses, and citizens to ensure that the event runs smoothly and that citizen needs are met. With mobile capabilities, the Intelligent Operations Center Executive Dashboard empowers busy leaders to have immediate access to information about relevant issues and operations, wherever they are. Now, as visitors flood the city, citizens begin to express frustration about event-related issues, like traffic delays. The city responds quickly by creating special event routes from major hotels to the stadium and rerouting native traffic. City officials broadcast citywide messages, alerting citizens to new traffic routes to help accommodate event delays. They can also update stakeholders on detour plans and other event preparation details via instant message. Through the Intelligent Operations Center for Citizen Collaboration, citizens can work with the city to report issues and their eventual resolution. On opening day of the event, a team bus backs into a fire hydrant, forcing it out of service. Citizens report the broken hydrant via mobile device, and the information is logged within the Intelligent Operations Center. That night, after a come-from-behind win at the event's main match, emergency responders receive reports from citizens that fans have lit several fires outside the stadium. The Intelligent Operations Center for Emergency Response is equipped with standard operating procedures for rapid response to emergencies, including extreme weather, crowd management, and fire. Via computer-aided dispatch, the Intelligent Operations Center automatically updates the fire department that the closest fire hydrant is out of commission. With this new information, fire responders are equipped with an extra-long hose and water truck to quickly extinguish the blazes. The city analyzes surveillance camera feeds to assist law enforcement in apprehending the responsible parties. Overall, the National Football Cup is a success. Before the event, city leaders deployed a survey via social media to collect ideas from citizens for repurposing the custom-built stadium. Now they analyze that feedback and announce a plan to repurpose the stadium as a venue for community programs for at-risk kids. The city's responsiveness results in a significant increase in sports program participation and a swell in community pride and positive identity. By empowering city leaders to collaborate and engage with citizens and businesses and interconnect across systems, the IBM Intelligent Operations Center can help cities provide sustainable economic growth and enhanced quality of life, helping support smarter cities all over the world. Let's build a smarter planet, city by city.
I'm ready. We make no secret of the fact that we are determined to head right to the top of medicine. That's what we're doing. This is a beautiful example of it.
I saw a machine that I'd seen 7 or 8 years ago in a lab building in Germany at Siemens, which was now a reality. And when somebody explained to me how it was going to be used, what more can you say?
We had this vision of what we thought the future of the operating room should be and what the future of surgery should be. And having an administration that was supportive of this future vision, we were able to, with a lot of people's help, create these rooms, which are not only operating rooms that have the state-of-the-art of technology, but operating rooms of the future, where we're going to actually change what surgery is.
We're the first hospital in the country to have 2 of these units in the operating room. Just the whole concept of what is surgery or what is needed to treat diseases is changing. We're going to redefine what a surgical specialist is even, because a surgical specialist now has to be an information technology expert. They have to be a radiologist, endoscopist. They have to be able to do minimally invasive surgery. They got to be able to do conventional surgery.
This revolution is really this merging of intervention with imaging. Imaging equipment that allows us to be better surgeons and allows us to be minimally invasive surgeons.
In this room, at least 12 different image devices so that you can have multiple inputs.
It starts with the electronic medical record. Everyone has access to it. The surgeon has access to it. The anesthesiologist has access to it. The nursing team has access to it. We can communicate with the pathologist upstairs. We have the images from the endoscope, from the microscope. Everything can be viewed at by the clinicians and the people that are taking care of the patient, so we can get everyone's feedback instantaneously.
We're optimizing the patient's care by putting in the hands of the surgeons every conceivable piece of information in the room, helping the physician do the best job for the patient.
And it's not just the surgeon, it's the nursing team, it's the anesthesiologist, it's the whole team.
If you notice attention to detail, where the nurse's station over there is, that desk faces the patient. In all our existing operating rooms and in most operating rooms around the country, The nurses' desks and the computers are facing the wall. That certainly adds to the patient safety.
You can always accomplish much more when you bring many minds from different disciplines together. I think that's really the exciting thing about being an institution like New York Presbyterian. I mean, we couldn't have done this without the help of donors like the Helmsley Foundation to mobilize the kinds of resources to build this kind of environment. Basically what this machine can do is if you take fluoroscopy and spin it around the patient, you get a three-dimensional image. You can see blood vessels in 3 dimensions, you can see solid tumors in 3 dimensions, you can see bone if you're putting in instrumentation and hardware.
By that spinning motion, you can also create cross-sectional images. What you can start to do now is you can start to say, I'm going to operate on the intestine. This machine will give you simultaneously that intraluminal or inside channel picture, and I'm going to be able to see outside at the same time. And this has the capability that we can overlay those images. So you can start to do what I was saying, Jerry. Think about intestinal surgery where the patient doesn't even have to go to sleep. The average patient nowadays is older, more frail, has more serious accompanying diseases, and so the possibility to eradicate their problem, minimize hospital stay, minimize pain, that's what it's all about, man.
We really want to push the envelope a little bit, and when we start doing that, we don't know where we're going to be able to go with this, and I think that's really the excitement. The excitement is redefining what we're going to be able to do, or from what the standard of what surgery is now, so that with this we can redefine ourselves and really change the way things are done.
And to me, what it represents, not the state of the art, we're ahead of the state of the art.
Technology has always played a central role in healthcare, from diagnosis and treatment to prevention and healthcare management. And by 2025, technology will have empowered targeted and personalized healthcare. This will deliver medical treatments tailored to patient needs, with the best responses and highest safety margins to ensure better patient care. Technology will support us in making healthier choices, monitoring our health, optimizing exercise, sleep and nutrition patterns, and it will redefine the patient and doctor interaction through self-assessment, coaching and intervention. Wearable sensors will only increase in their capability and will be used to collect information about the physical and chemical properties of our bodies. Genomic technologies will have successfully transferred from research environments into the clinics. The molecular basis for all monogenic rare diseases will have been discovered. Advanced clinical research will be able to link patient records to genomic sequence. And treatment regimens will be more adaptive to the individual patient, resulting in a higher treatment success rate. Additive manufacturing and biotechnology will create opportunities for cellular repairs and prosthetics and production of medical devices that are tailored to a patient's body and lifestyle. As we look beyond 2025, technology will continue to unlock new frontiers and drive personalized, safe, sustainable healthcare.
Teachers, administrators, parents, and often even students spend hours of invaluable school time filing, queuing, filling forms, and completing other time-consuming manual processes. Wouldn't it be amazing if somehow we could revolutionize the way we teach, learn, and manage at school? If we could somehow automate the nitty-gritties of schooling and spend more of our invaluable time learning and teaching? Introducing a revolutionary way to transform how you teach, learn, and administer at school. Cloud Smart School, CSS, a progressive learning management tool, now takes your school to the cloud. Enhanced knowledge transmission through e-learning for today's students who engage better with digital instructions. No more heavy backpacks. All resources are simply a click away. Cloud Smart School. Streamline your school planning and enhance effectiveness. Bridge barriers between parents, teachers, and students with a communication platform for real-time updates and sharing information. Eliminate redundant tasks. Timetables auto-generated in minutes. Events scheduled and synced with Google Calendar. Rapid and efficient online surveys. Comprehensive library management. Reports customized and generated according to your requirement. What's more, Cloud Smart School can be accessed from any device, anywhere, anytime. The friendly user interface and rapid deployment minimizes time lost migrating to the system, and the CSS team provides round-the-clock customer support if you ever need any extra help. CSS is the modern, affordable, and revolutionary. Your school is now a click away, wherever you are.
There have been many revolutions, and now we're facing the next one, connectivity. But how can a company handle this? What does the industry of the future look like? Our experts have been wrestling with these questions for years. They know that the complete digitalization of the manufacturing industry plays a key role in the process. Why? That's simple. In the future, it will be more important than ever to operate quickly, flexibly, and cost-effectively. Product life cycles are becoming increasingly shorter, while product variants are becoming progressively larger. Just like large volumes, small quantities must be produced economically. Lead times will become shorter, so the delivery must become faster. For companies, this means that in the future, they must align their organization much more rigorously to meet customer needs. This can only be achieved if companies start today to digitize, automate, and above all, interconnect all processes. Not only within the company, but also along the entire value chain. This means a convergence of the various areas. Customers and business partners are part of the total process. The goal is to make all relevant data available anytime and be able to control the whole network of value creation in real time, from product planning and product and production development all the way up to production and logistics. Of course, data security must be assured at all times. Synchronizing digital and physical value streams not only increases productivity of companies, but also their efficiency, quality, and innovative capacity. The Industry 4.0 concept isn't new, but unlike before, we now have the knowledge and technology for it to become affordable reality. As you can see, the industry of the future presents us with many opportunities, challenges, and questions. But what's most important? What will you do? Let's shape the future together, securely, cost-effectively, with quality and efficiency. KP
Working strictly in 2D can be a very difficult method of designing factory layouts. The standard drafting board approach is an error-prone and inefficient process. It's also very difficult to communicate your design intent to stakeholders who cannot read or evaluate 2D drawings. It's also ineffective to use 2D layouts as a compelling sales tool in creating bidding proposals. Autodesk Factory Design Suite is a 2D and 3D factory layout solution purpose-built to help you make better layout decisions by enabling you to create a digital prototype of your factory. It provides tools for integrating 2D layout data with 3D models of factory equipment, creating factory models and 3D visual walkthroughs that help teams collaborate effectively and make more informed decisions before any equipment is installed and commissioned on the factory floor. Targeted towards the specific needs of manufacturers, machine and equipment builders, and system integrators, it combines together AutoCAD Architecture, Autodesk Inventor, Autodesk Navisworks, Autodesk Vault, and the Autodesk Factory Design Utilities, providing focused functionality for the layout user. The factory model is built by dragging and dropping 3D models of machines and other facility equipment directly on the 2D layout from a library of commonly used factory assets. The assets contain built-in connectors that allow them to sense one another and snap together like building bricks. The assets also contain built-in parameters that allow easy modification to the basic asset design. Users can easily build and include their own 3D factory asset models in the layout or bring in assets from other CAD systems. Limited experience in 3D modeling is not a factor when using the Autodesk Factory Design Suite. Dedicated commands make moving and orienting factory assets as easy as possible. Developing your factory layout becomes as easy as moving pieces to the best strategic location on a game board. The process allows designers to try multiple what-if scenarios until the best solution is found. Fitting your new factory layout into an existing building offers several costly and counterproductive challenges. Capturing the as-built state of an existing facility with 2D tape measurements is a tedious, time-consuming, and above all, error-prone process. The ability to utilize laser-scanned point clouds to record the as-built state of an existing facility can reduce the amount of time needed to document the design. These point clouds can be added to your 2D AutoCAD designs to facilitate space reservations in context of the as-built state of the facility. 2D layout drawings are a necessary part of any layout process, and Autodesk Inventor provides easy creation of layout drawings. Plan views, section views, along with detail views and bill of materials are created quickly and easily. The drawing also maintains an associative relationship to the model, updating automatically when changes occur. The Autodesk Factory Design Suite is available in 2 editions. The premium version is a high-value edition for the layout user to create compelling 3D visual layouts of machine lines and entire manufacturing facilities. The advanced edition contains the premium edition and provides additional capabilities for clash detection and tube and pipe design. Digital prototyping with Autodesk Factory Design Suite, combined with Autodesk's leadership in building information modeling, uniquely positions Autodesk to deliver an integrated workflow that can enable better productivity, predictability, and control throughout the life of the project. Autodesk is pleased to offer these solutions in a way that is truly scalable, attainable, and cost-effective for manufacturers, system integrators, and machine and equipment builders.
そういったことができると非常に大きな力持ちになるロボットになっています。 従来ですね、人間がクレーンを使って行っていた重量物の搬送、あとですね、作業機、昇降機、そういったものを使ってですね、使っていた重量物、そういったものをですね、ロボット、大ロボットを置き換えることができると、そういった非常に力持ちのロボットになっています。皆様中の方に進んでいただいてですね、パワーの知能ロボットをですね、
It's a tragedy that as the world outside school changes faster and faster, the majority of American kids are not being set up to succeed in the future that's coming. We're entering a world where there's not a lot of value on just kind of sitting there and doing what you're told. Increasingly, a computer could do that kind of stuff. We are eventually going to create a new model of education suited to the 21st century instead of the last half of the 19th century. This is going to happen. We're just trying to make it happen sooner. My name is Max Ventilla, and I'm the founder and CEO of AltSchool. Working in Silicon Valley and being at Google and, living here, it's kind of impossible not to have it shape your worldview and to believe that a mission-driven technology company can have an incredible impact beneficially on the world. And being a parent of young kids, there's really nothing I can think of that is more important than their education that I can be working on. As an entrepreneur, you have that startup bug. You need to work on something that catches you, and this was the thing that caught me. There's this problem, which is that the model that we have for educating kids, it is a mass production model. It's a factory model. It doesn't provide an individualized experience to kind of anybody. Every 45 minutes, kids switch to a different subject, and they open a textbook and they read the next chapter, and at the end of the week, they take a quiz. That experience is teaching kids how to think like computers, and that's not going to be very valuable when these kids actually grow up to be adults. If you're trying to fundamentally transform the education experience, that is not something that you can just kind of whiteboard with a bunch of research and a bunch of smart people in a room somewhere. You have to learn what that model looks like. For us, that meant immediately, almost from starting the company, opening a school. And then we opened 3 more schools, and then we opened 3 more schools, and now we're opening 2 more schools that are focused on personalized education. Each child defines their own experience to learn in a way that feels natural, takes advantage of their curiosity, and that doesn't try and corral them to learn this thing right now in this way. And that's where technology plays a foundational role versus a superficial role. There are 2 tools that fundamentally enable personalization in our schools. One tool is called the portrait. So this is a representation of, all the things that are important about each child that different people can add to for curating a day-to-day education experience that's going to meet them where they are. That maps to a second tool, which we call the playlist, which is the kind of scaffold for each child's day. It's a to-do list and a calendar. It allows each child to decide, what order they do things, or they can decide what's on that playlist as they get older. It's allowing a child to have agency. None of us like being told what we need to do, when, where, how, with whom. There's nothing that's more demotivating than that. And if you're not motivated, you don't actually learn. There's no way to force a kid to learn. They have to actually go along with a certain experience. They have to actually think. What we see is incredibly promising out of the gates in the first few years. We're seeing much more than a year's worth of progress on kind of nationally normed tests. But as importantly, they're making progress on the social emotional pillars, things like grit, ability to work with others, ability to manage your time, to set goals that are going to serve those kids critically when, you know, they enter a world that's going to demand those kind of characteristics from them. I mean, my daughter's going to have a different life because this is the kind of school that she went to. And I love this Bill Gates quote that humans tend to overestimate what we can accomplish in a year and underestimate what we can accomplish in 10. First year probably costs us $100,000 per student. The next year, you know, it's like $60,000. The next year it's like $35,000. This coming year it's like $25,000. I think that when you get down to about $15,000 per student, now you're in the realm of the kind of median experience in lots of parts